Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can Fly. Back in action, baby. Let's make it happen. All right, so back in action, back in the airplane, and just loving it. So got a another nice little flight, and definitely going to try to be talking about some of the operations here. You know, I'm typically in Little Sammy, but I needed to do some time, get some time in the low wing, all of that good stuff. We are going to taxi up here to the hold short line. So I'm up here at the hold short line, and believe it or not, I'm at a small little airport.
Traffic, clear track 339.
You see somebody's lining, so that's the one that's just calling. He's calling final. And there's a lot of people out here. I'm used to coming to these little small airfields and there being nobody out here. And I gotta tell you, there's a bunch of people out here. Yeah, this airport is hard to land in because you got these trees out front. You got this displaced threshold. You gotta come in hot. And it's definitely a trip. So he's going around. I see two other airplanes in the pattern. One is about to turn final. One is on the downwind. Yeah, I'm going to do a left crosswind departure to the south. Wow, he came in close to those trees. Look how close he is. See that? That's almost what you have to do, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, neutral. Trim is set for takeoff. Mixture's going to go full rich. Fuel pump is going to come on because I don't want to forget it. Flare sound traffic. Warrior 2549 Quebec, departing runway 25, left crosswind turn out to the south, flares down. All right, nobody coming on final, and the field is clear. We want to use all of this runway and be ready to abort if things aren't good. Actually, I'm going to short field it. All right, full power, engine instruments in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, all look good. All right, heels to the floor. All right, engine instruments in the green. Airspeed is coming alive. And this thing is going to come up pretty soon. We're up. Keep that speed up. Let's get some altitude first. Speed up. Keep going. Don't take those flaps out just yet. We do have a positive rate. 65.
Traffic.
All right, first notch of flaps. Still climbing nicely. And Blairstown traffic. Warrior 2549 Quebec. Left crosswind turn out to the south. Last call. Blairstown. See ya. I'm still climbing up nicely. Yep. All right, last notch of flaps to come out. All right, so you can see there I had to do a short field. Some of these airports that I've been flying in recently have been a little short. And one of the things that I will say is, I don't know if you remember the flight that I had with Little Sammy.
Track 339.
I
for another lap in the pattern.
made sure that now I don't play around. All right, mixture is going to stay full rich. Going to keep my fuel pump on, or no, turn the fuel pump off. Taxi landing light can come off. Let's check that fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is good. Okay, good. Climbing out nicely. And I got to pull out my checklist just to make sure that everything is good. After takeoff, flaps up is good. Just watching this traffic. There's a Seneca taking off behind me. I did another short field takeoff there, and it was so much easier in this. So one of the things I noticed about this aircraft is that when you do a short field takeoff, instead of 10 degrees of flaps, so I think, what is it, 10, 25, and 30 degrees of flaps. Those are the notches of flaps. All right, so let's pull out the checklist. After takeoff, we're good. Now we're cruising. Power. They want us at 2,400 RPMs. So I'm down with that. And then, what do they want? And yes, you can see, once you trim it out, man, you can almost go hands off. All right, cruise, 2,400. Clean the mixture. You know, fuel pump can come off, it's already off. Engine instruments gonna monitor and fuel every 30 minutes and then scan for traffic. All right, so let's lean her out. And what I'm watching is the RPMs and the EGT. And my EGT is my exhaust gas temperature. And so that gives me an indication of the leaning, because the engine runs a little warmer when it starts to lean. All right, so I just had to get my frequency in here. So I've got the tower in, but I've also got the ATIS. I'm gonna get that again. So we're north of the field. There's a lot of airplanes between me and Northeast Philly, I'll tell you that much. All right, so there's the Delaware River. Just gonna follow the river, and if you see that space in there, that's the Delaware Water Gap. I talk about that feature all the time. It's such a cool natural feature. It's some of the things that you see when you're flying. It's just amazing. Man, there's a traffic jam down there. That's terrible. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Anyway, I got distracted. But one of the things I will say is that you should definitely challenge yourself, because if you change your perspective, if you change where you are, it'll change what you see. I could be on the ground down there, I'd be able to see stuff, but I wouldn't be able to see it from this perspective. And so instead of being down here, I've decided to put myself up here, and this is what I see. And one of the things I will say too is, I think when you change your perspective, not only does it change what you see, but it broadens what you can see. So think about it this way. If I was down here on the ground, I would be able to see, but my scope would be limited. I certainly wouldn't be able to have this kind of panoramic view where I can see the river here, I can see the river over there. I would just be able to see the river right there. And so that would be the only river I would know. But changing my perspective, not only do I see the river that I know here, but I can also see the river over there. And so not knowing that, yes, this river's here, but there's river over there as well. And I've heard this cliche a couple times where it talks about you either succeed or learn. You win or learn. And now I know a lot of people think when you have experiences and you take risks or you play a game or you whatever, people see people see not completing the different task or the thing that you're trying for, not completing it as not being successful or failing. And I have come to learn, because I had that perspective. For years, it's either win or lose, and in fact, losing was never an option, so I'd rather die than lose. That was a little bit limiting in my thinking. I believe the cliche to be true, that you either win or learn. Either succeed or learn. Because even if you don't succeed, you've learned something. You've learned from that. And that's the beauty of trying something. There is no failure. There is no losing. Yes, if you're in a game, you play a game, the score is, my Steelers are playing the Cleveland Browns, and the score is 17-0. 17 Steelers, Browns, 0. Browns, you have not lost. You have learned that you shouldn't play the Steelers because we're going to spank you. No, but all in seriousness, though, I'm jesting. Really, there's still some learning. And even a team that finds itself on the side of an unsuccessful venture, it's not that that team is lost. They've just learned, okay, where are the gaps? Where are the holes? Where do we need to fill the talent? Where do we need to recruiting? Who needs more training? Which position player is out of position? That kind of stuff. So even in that sequence, the team learns what the issues are, and hopefully the team will address those issues so that the next time it tries to do whatever it is that they're endeavoring to do, they will be successful the next time. So I say that to say that that's the same thing with all of us. You either succeed or you learn. You either win or you learn. So try something. Don't be afraid of it. Oh no, man, I don't know if I could do that, man. That's gonna be too hard. I'm probably gonna fail. No, you're not gonna fail, you're gonna learn. Oh man, I hope we don't have to play that team because, you know, they spanked the last team and, you know, we're probably gonna lose. No, you're not gonna lose, you're gonna learn. And so, yes, I know I get preachy and all this kind of stuff, but this is something I'm telling you that I have lived and I have had. It's been a much more joyous journey knowing that I can't lose, I can't fail, because even when I'm not successful or I don't win, I learn, and I learn a lot. So anyway, just thought I would put that out there. So just making my way back to Northeast. All right, so we are about 16 north of the field. I am descending to 3,000 feet to make sure that I am ready for this Bravo shelf. And I got the river in sight here, something that I always use. And unfortunately, you can't see it, but off in the distance is the city, like right off here to the right. But it's kind of in that little foggy area. All right, coming on in for a landing.
Of 24, ready for departure.
Little high, staying on course so you can see the runway out there in front of me. See those 4 white lights? I don't know if it's translating on the camera or not.
All right, so let's bring her on in. It's time to land on runway 24. Let's make it happen.
All right, coming on in. Still high. That's okay. Got a lot of runway to work with. And I'm cleared to land, runway 24. Okay, just keep my eye on my aiming point. Because the Happy is not in service. Or maybe it is, maybe I was just high.
Warrior 49er back, Quebec. Keep it rolling down the runway. Turn left, Charlie. Contact ground point 7.
Left on Charlie, ground point 7 for 49 Quebec. And northeast ground, Warrior 2549 Quebec. Off of runway 24 at Charlie, ready to taxi back to Legacy.
Warrior 2549 Quebec, northeast ground. Text park via right on Golf. Cross runway 33 Golf. Alpha 3.
Right on Golf, crash 33 at Golf. Right on Alpha, left on Alpha 3 for 49 Quebec. All right, so we are back to the northeast, and great flight. Landing light can come off.
All right, well, welcome back. Thank you for flying with me. Incredible flight as always. Man, I love this stuff. So thank you for flying with me. Russ Kid, Russ can fly. I'm out. Peace.